See you, TMG.
Anyway, changing gears from another F to another F football. Let's talk about. I see you wearing an Arsenal shirt.
Yeah. I don't know why.
Well, I'm not wearing an Arsenal shirt until Arsenal wins something, and no FA Cups.
I'm not buying. Like I said, I'm not buying Arsenal shirts until they start doing proper in the transfer market.
What do you think about the news about Aubameyang?
Honestly, I think it's a good look, man.
Huh?
Get rid of him, man. Listen, all this
You
time.
probably saying you signed the thing. You're probably one of them man that signed the thing.
Sign the thing, but let's be real. Arsenal's been weak in the belly, weak in the spine, whatever you want to say.
Every single time we have this discussion. When we got Saka gone, and Xhaka, weak in the belly, great move to move
Discipline
him.
them. Get him gone, man.
Why discipline all these guys?
Because they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Do you think there's a common denominator in all this discipline?
And it is.
You the guy dishing out the discipline. Is he not the guy that set the rules? How many times are these issues that you hear about it?
Yeah,
It's huge though. It's a new age.
It happened before Arteta though. All this captaincy nonsense.
Yeah, but the captaincy thing is... captaincy in football is not as important as it used to.
Damn, Miller was captain on the weekend.
No, captaincy in top level football.
Right,
Obviously,
right.
you man, you need a man to shout, give you the inspiration. But at the top end football, these men are not all from the same ends. They're not all English. They don't even speak the same language.
Yeah.
Man, motivated by money.
Right.
The leader, and slowly but surely, coaches are becoming the superstar, not the players. Becoming like a college basketball team. Because guys, the coaches want to now control every single aspect of the game. Fam, some of the big stars now in football, the names you think about are Pep and Klopp. You don't think about the players. You don't think about Salah.
But if we're being real, bare of the managers have stepped down. So if you mentioned this when Alex Ferguson, Arsene Wenger were there, and they had proper control of literally the club was theirs.
Yeah.
Nah, you're just a coach.
No, but you don't think Pep and Klopp have proper control?
Nah.
You don't think? Huh?
The number one Pep plays for a Saudi team, Saudi Arabian.
He has control, but the Saudi team has said, Pep,
that's that
we
man's
want
team.
you to have it, fam. We want you to control this team.
That's the Sheikh's team. If he says, if he went on a boat and he saw a football player and the football player was nice to him and said, "Here, take this."
No, but
they'll be at Manchester
No,
City.
that's a lie. That's a lie. Because
watch.
Toure and the Sheikh were good friends, and Pep still got him out of there.
Pep binned him.
But isn't Yaya Toure working in the behind the scenes at Man City right now?
Doubt it, man.
I think so.
Yaya Toure is the one that's been in. Let's not actually. This is a sports show.
Honestly,
This is a sports show. We're not talking about the various acts. His brother's doing stuff though. His brother's actually an assistant coach at Leicester. I saw him talking to Brendan Rodgers.
Yeah,
Cole.
Inspiration, along with Patty V. You know, as I go on my man.
Cole is a real captain. Real captain. He was good for about.
But even
4 or 5 years.
Arsenal's captain, like I said, for the last 10 years since Vieira left, essentially, it's been
shaky.
It's been a poison chalice.
That was good.
I'm not saying they weren't good, but they all leave in acrimonious ways.
Van Persie.
I'm not saying they weren't necessarily good captains, but I mean,
Masaka.
Yeah, but he was injured. When he became captain, he was injured. He only played like 14 games.
Word is true.
I looked up.
Xhaka. Was Xhaka after man?
Yeah.
I could go for all the captains.
Aubameyang.
You had Henry.
Ozil was captain for a little.
Henry left to go to Barcelona. I think he was only captain for max 2 seasons.
He was like 2 seasons.
He was a decent captain, but he left to go to Barcelona.
He wasn't decent.
He got us to the Champions League final.
Yeah, but in the game when we needed him.
Hey, this is the guy
he was playing like a double agent.
You told me Henry's better than R9.
Alright. He was playing like a double agent in that game.
What? Sorry. I have to pause. My favourite player of all time. You said Thierry Henry's better than who?
No, he's better than him. Your favourite player of all time wasn't fit. That's the issue.
Okay.
If you want to measure your game at Ronaldo, you can. I don't care.
Yeah.
But on me over longevity wins.
Oh, so longevity emergent. Okay, I'll give you that. Yeah, cool.
How many Ballon d'Ors?
I have a good long. Huh?
How many Ballon d'Ors does Henry have?
Huh?
How many Ballon d'Ors does Henry
I
have?
didn't hear that.
Because he wants ears.
Rob's still
Nedved.
Yeah,
That's what we got.
crazy.
Nedved.
Like PG says, he was in his control.
That's not.
I could have scored more goals.
Can I control?
I
Can I control voters? You're telling me I can go to any voters?
I could have gone to the Champions League final that season.
Never didn't even win Champions League.
Go to
He
Champions
didn't
final.
even win it.
Go to the final, bro. What happened on me? I think Henry Arsenal got knocked out by Juventus that season. I may be
I
wrong.
think we got knocked out by Chelsea.
Someone, no, that's
The season after.
We got knocked up. It might have been defenders that season we got knocked up, bro.
No, who cares, man? When was the last time you even won Champions League?
Well,
96.
In a minute.
Them guys.
But we haven't won it at all. That's
it. Yeah, if I'm
These
Chelsea,
man have lapped us. Like,
if Tottenham won our Champions League, I was about to quit football.
Yeah, that was
I wasn't gonna chat.
That was a crazy fight.
I'm not taking a break from this pod for like 5 weeks.
Arsenal would have been a nothing team because the next generation they wouldn't even care.
Even now I'm seeing kids rocking up with confidence in their Spurs kit, and I say, the hell is it? I should slap one of these little youths.
Yeah,
Like,
Tony, it's one of my best players for my little team.
Spurs fan.
Spurs fan.
proper as
Shout
well.
out.
Yeah, he
And his name's Marcelo, so half Brazilian, half Polish, what a guy.
Wow.
And he decided to support.
Spurs fan, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
Hey, young kids weren't supporting Spurs. They weren't even. If they were a Spurs fan, they weren't telling you.
Fam.
One
it
of
was
my best
quiet.
friends, you know, Lakeem.
Yeah.
He wouldn't tell me he's a Spurs fan for a minute.
Bro.
Fam, we were going to school together. I didn't even know what football team he supported until one time Arsenal lost to Spurs. He watched football.
Hey, fam. It was so real, fam. Even Chelsea kids, when you were younger, you'd only see a couple. You'd be like, oh,
Yeah,
you're a
the Chelsea
fan.
thing, the Chelsea
Right.
explosion is mad.
Here and there. Nah, everybody made some Mount kit. I said, Jesus.
Mason Mount.
London ain't ours no more, man.
London's
Let's
not
be real.
red, fam. Even the black Arsenal fans in London, it's dwindling, fam.
I'm being Man City's team. Hey.
It's crazy, but yeah, just type of our catch. We had 0 left, fair enough. He gave us 11 years to surface, or 10 years. No, I think it was 9 years actually. Henry went on to Parsons New in the Champions League, fair enough. After Henry, I think it was it Fabregas?
Yeah, it was Fabregas.
Yeah, Fabregas.
Fabregas.
William Gallas.
No.
Gallas was.
The guys
No, Gallas was after him.
Was it?
Yeah, Fabregas. He played well, but wanted to,
Actually, no. Gallas is before Fabregas.
No, Gallas is after. Gallas is 2011ish.
Oh, 7-8. He was the captain.
Yeah, so
he was on the
7-8.
floor, fam. He's the captain.
Then it got stripped and given to Fabregas.
He might be right, actually.
He got stripped because he did the
Yes.
protest.
We had Gallas, on the floor crying,
Mm-hmm.
dropping. But apparently the players didn't want it to be captain. I mean, Lehman said in his book, which I need to read actually, saying
Oh, I
that
swear.
the players heard about the newspaper and they weren't happy.
That Gallas is captain.
Yeah.
Gallas said to Chelsea, yeah, if you don't give me the new thing, the new contract, I'm bagging on goals.
Arsenal didn't see that as a sign.
He said, if you don't give me the new contract, I'm bagging on goals.
Well,
He came to Arsenal on Ward 10.
Bruh. The way he
took a lick.
Wow, he
He
did.
took the absolute
Hey,
piss.
Ward 10!
Number 10, you know.
The centre back.
He's different, man.
Well, it was a good player, but don't get me wrong, Gallas is a good player, but man came to Arsenal and Wenger allowed him to hold 10.
He wasn't a cold player, though. Like, holding 10 at centre back is.
I mean, the only player I could see holding centre, that's his few guys.
No, centre back, no.
There's few guys. If Beckenbauer say you want to wear 10, you can wear fucking 10.
Okay.
Yeah, Beckenbauer.
If Koeman want to say you want to wear 10, you can wear 10.
But those man transcended the position.
Yeah, that's just their technical brilliance was amazing. If Ramos said you want to wear 10, I might give it 10.
Oh. How about Thiago Silva? Oh, Marquinhos.
Nah, they're not that type of player. Van Dijk's probably the closest one.
No,
Nah.
Marquinhos. Van Dijk's
Even
not
Van
as
Dijk.
tech. You know, tech.
Van Dijk, the 10 just don't suit him. He could rock it, but it don't suit
He
him.
doesn't see it. No, centre backs in
But
real
the
10.
only two guys are the guys I mentioned. Koeman
Yeah.
and Beckenbauer, the only guys I could accept.
Beckenbauer for sure. Coleman, I'm still.
Hey, Koeman, 92 Champions League finals, he scores a winning free kick. Tell me a centre back that's doing that.
He's holding 10 though.
He can hold, if he wants to hold 10, he can hold. I mean, if I sound like Messi, of course, Messi or whoever.
Gallas went to Arsenal and held 10.
10.
There was
But
Rosicky.
We just.
There was Clem.
But yeah.
All of them, man, was. They were decent.
Hey, that Arsenal used to have creative players. Hey, bro.
Yeah, creativity
Clem,
is what we had.
Rosicky, Fabregas. Them man used to vibes off behind the.
Nasri.
You see the
That's
problem
what-
with creativity, though. What I've realized as someone who's a
At what
creative
cost?
player, it come at a cost. You see, creativity, yeah. When you're on a football pitch, you're just vibing. Like, give me the ball, team. You get excited at the wrong stuff. You've just done a steppy cut, man, bang, man, there, da 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 da. Put it in the box, and you're happy.
Do you think? But is that creativity? Because from my vision of creativity as a football player, is the ability to make things out of nothing. As in, finding that pass that no one else can see, or that movement or skill to get that space to get the shot off. Is that kind of creativity? Not skillful as in, I could just dribble it.
Nah,
that's not as creative.
I'm not
creative.
talking about just skillfulness, but I'm talking about myself. So, me personally, got
the source.
Got a little bit of, So I'm talking about from a mindset of a creative player, the stuff that excites you. Like at the end goal, you got an assist, you got Maybe you set up a tapping for somebody from your own brilliance. But you lose sight of goals is going to win this game.
But that's why people think KDB is the perfect mesh of creativity and efficiency.
Because you see it all the time. Mesut Ozil, they will say he's not doing nothing. If you ask Mesut Ozil if he had a good game, he will think back to that flick that he put there and said, "Yeah, I dropped it on a plate for man."
The thing
and
is,
then I did this.
Prime Ozil was effective because he manipulates space. He's manipulating. Prime Ozil, guys like David Silva, guys that it's not because it's constant. It's because of the effect that he has. He's manipulating the space. He'll find and occupy pockets of space where players are not. And eventually, over time, when you're always picking up their spaces, it leaves holes in the defense because they're trying to cover that space as well, and then you make another space.
100.
And that has a long-term impact. It's not an immediate one, but over time.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, RVP and Fabregas left to win silverware, and then left kind of acrimoniously as well. I mean,
Yeah, he shut up. Fabregas made a terrible career decision.
After that, who else did he have? Marlon. He had injuries. He had Arteta, again injuries. Mertesacker injuries. Koscielny ended up leaving by having a transfer request. I mean, he played pretty well, to be fair, but
he had it because Emery did Koscielny did.
Obviously, Xhaka, cup in his hand to his ears. Palace throwing his shirt on the ground, blah blah blah, and then Uber, he's left twice. I guess his mum's been ill. Fair enough, I can understand that. But let people know. I guess that's my thing.
It's true, still.
I mean,
can I ask you a question? Like, just to end the podcast, I can see the time. Would you rather be a local hero, be the best player in a small team like a Grealish and Zahawa for Villa, or go to a big team, win cups but not be known, just be a functional player?
I've done both. Gotta be a function.
You just go and be a functional.
Go and be a functional.
You don't want to be a hometown hero. You don't think that love?
Nah, I've been there, done that. That's not. I'm telling you, Kara, when you're in that functional team, where none of the pressure's on you, there's nothing. You just win because you have that many superstars around you. When it's just you, and you're coming from the game with bruises, you're the only player that they have to kick to stop.
But if you're in the Prem now, let's say you're in the Prem,
right,
what would you take?
Still, I'll go function.
So so at the end of the day, winning means more.
Yes.
That's for every player.
For me, winning means more.
Have you heard the saying? What's that? You play the game to win.
But for some people, the adulation's more. The adulation's more. If you do it on your own terms, if you do it for your own team, it means more.
And most of the people, they turn around and say,
"Oh, do you win at both?"
I don't know. I don't think it's like Giannis not winning with the Bucks and just staying there.
Nah, don't.
I mean, if you told me, if you change it to where, okay, say, obviously you bought Giannis basketball. Say as a functional player, you win 4 chips. As the main guy,
you win 1.
You win 2.
Then I'll go and get my 2.
So let's for example, like Dirk's 1 ring compared to Robert Ory's.
I'll take Dirk over Robert Ory.
Give me Robert Ory. There's nothing you can say to me.
No, but if people say who's a greater player,
that's them. But when me and
but Robert Ory can't tell Dirk I'm a great player to you.
No, you can't. But you can't come up here and be talking about I'm a winner. I'll just be like, wait, okay, how many you got? Sweet. I was in the starting 11 or the starting 5. Sorry. You ain't gonna come here and talk winning to me.
I think it's starting 5 or 7, but
I think Robert Ory and Kerr. There's a time when they alternated rings basically. For time.
There was even a massive streak where someone that was a team of Shaq.
Yeah, I saw that.
For like 20, 30 years.
I saw that still.
Giannis broke that, isn't it?
I think so.
What about you guys? What would you pick?
I mean, I want to win. But if you give me certain scenarios like I mentioned, then yeah, if I can still win and be the main guy there.
If you're, like, for me, this is how I see it. You know, it depends. It depends on what sport. In football terms, yeah, I would go to the big team and be part of the winning, effort. Because football is not a sport where one man can change your whole destiny. And if you are that one man, that's great effort because there's so many different parts to football.
Only the greatest of all time can do that.
Not even the greatest of all time can stop a leaky defense that's conceding 6.
Well, if the team has to have some structure.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
Why say the greatest of all time where your team hasn't won before they come?
That's only can work in cup cup situations.
Hey, cups, leagues.
Leagues, no way. I'm sorry, in leagues, no. You have to have a certain
example.
Suarez was.
Example, I bring. You're gonna dismiss me again, but the guy he did have that sort of impact. Before him, they hadn't won any titles. Before him, they hadn't won more cups. And when he came, they won some stuff. And then that same guy, he's who?
If you say Pele, I'm gonna.
Hey, look
I'm gonna flip and break this thing. No, I'm not. What I'm trying to say.
When he came, they won.
No, I'm trying to say this. If you have a somewhat functional team that's finishing mid-table, of course one player can change it. But if your team is shite,
Yeah.
how can one player change that? It takes a lot for one player to change
your
that.
team's dog piss.
Bruno Fernandes had a very small spark of that effect.
Your team's dog piss.
Maybe a greater
He
player
just
with
kicking the
One
ball.
player can't
You know,
do
just
that.
trying.
One player can't defend and tackle and do this.
Yeah, I'm trying to say it takes a lot for one player to change the
Yeah,
whole.
midfield.
If your team is somewhat decent,
You can start.
your
Yes.
team can.
Yeah, because if your team was somewhat decent, and then you add that one addition that takes you over the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got something to work with.
I'm gonna take your time. Some guys can be life changing. I mean, like I said.
Oh, Pele.
No, it's better. I mean, you could use Messi as an example. Argentina haven't won a trophy for like 24 years. With Messi, they win. Eventually. Portugal, Ronaldo, they haven't won a trophy at all. With Ronaldo, they win.
I think
Hey, shout
even
out to
those.
Portugal. Hey, shout out to Ronaldo.
I mean,
Not going World Cup this.
They're good, but they're not good. Messi's generation of Argentinian, crazy. Like even.
talent, yeah, very talented. Offensively, at least.
Offensively, so defensively, you had to be meaty, and their man will get you through.
Yeah.
Messi was scoring a lot of the goals, but I'm sure if every other top-rated, was it LVII was there? I think it was.
What are you talking about, Napoli?
No, not LVII.
Argentina.
No,
Tevez.
Argentina.
Hey, LVII,
Aguero.
forget. They had too many guys. They had too many
Palacios.
cooks. They had too many cooks. They couldn't
Well,
find
Messi
them.
needs to lead them, boys.
They couldn't-
Yeah.
Oh, shut up.
But Messi has done better with lesser teams, like more recently.
Hey,
Yeah,
with
more
Argentina,
functional.
cooks with Argentina right now. Because the man they work well from. They got a
Yeah.
good functioning team. Found some defenders finally. We haven't had some defenders for a while.
I mean, yeah, certain people can be life changing, but they can't. Even at Barcelona, you can't do it all by yourself. You need some players to fill a role and be competent in their role. Even with Dirk's ship, you had Sean Marion, you had Tyson. Like Dirk is similar to Jokic, in my opinion.
Jokic's gonna win a ring.
I don't know.
When all said and done.
Very
He's
talented.
the best player in the NBA right now. This second, right now, playing basketball right now, Jokic is the best player in the NBA.
That's
Nah, man.
I mean, the metrics are pointing in that direction. Look at defensive win shares as well. He's somehow doing really well. But yeah, they're very similar. However, Dirk needed certain things. He needed a task challenger to help him protect the paint because Dirk was no paint protector. That's why I say Jokic's going to need something similar for him to because
Yeah, no, don't
Jokic
worry.
now we got paint protector.
They made a terrible decision giving Michael Porter the money. Awful.
Hopefully he can become a good shot blocker. He has that athleticism.
Awful decision. But that guy has no back. When a man has no back, what can you do?
I mean, yeah, Jason Kidd was there, Dirk, Jason Terry. I mean,
Well, Jason Terry was good.
there's that Spanish or other small guard. I think still
Oh,
good.
JJ Barrera.
I mean, the guys.
Puerto Rican. Respect them. Don't for our Puerto Rican viewers. I apologize for my guy.
I'm
Melo.
Spanish. I'm
You
so
know,
sorry.
I heard Melo is Puerto Rican as well.
I might be. Oh, Commando.
Yeah.
No, I think Lala is. Yeah,
No, he's actually. I think he might be himself.
it might be as well.
Is Lola Puerto Rican?
She has something. Yeah.
Oh, how do you know this?
Because
You like those trivial information? No wonder you're a man of the people, fam. You're a man of the people.
I demand you did my knowledge. But
That's
you know what?
Anyway,
It's been true.
it's been chill, man.
LT.
I've loved this episode.
I have. Gonna have you again. Episode
Hey,
75.
this man was leading us. Quick questions just went into it from
Episode
LeBron.
75. We'll have you there for sure. For sure.
course, man.
Definitely.
It's been
Big time,
chill,
man.
man. I
I
loved it.
appreciate it.
For sure.
Thanks, boys.
Thanks, man.
Love.
Love.
Safe, brother.
It's pretty good pictures.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.